Welcome to the OptumRx Pharmacy Insights Podcast. In this forum, we'll discuss the latest and most impactful events in pharmacy benefit management. In today's episode, we'll look at the evolution of AI capabilities and what that means for pharmacy care services. Today, I'm joined by Santiago Abraham, Chief Information Officer at OptumRx, and Sid Sani, Senior Vice President of Strategy and Innovation at OptumRx. Welcome to the podcast, Santiago. Sid, welcome back. Great to see you again. Can each of you begin by telling us a little bit about your professional background and how that informs your responsibilities here at OptumRx? Santiago, let's begin with you.
Yeah, thank you, Scott. Appreciate it and happy to be here. Santiago Abraham. I've been here at Optum for about 7 years now. And prior to that, interestingly, I've had an eclectic career across many consumer-oriented centered companies, from travel and transportation to hospitality, and now here in healthcare. So really excited to be here, really focusing on simple, seamless, hassle-free, and affordable healthcare. So excited to be here.
Great. Thank you, Santiago. Sid, as we mentioned, you've been a guest on this podcast before, but for those of our listeners who maybe missed that episode or who might be new, could you give us a little bit about your background?
Hey, Scott, thank you for having me back. As you mentioned, I lead strategy and innovation at OptumRx. And what me and my team do is look through the spyglass and look into the future. We look, 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, even 10 years out, and look to see what trends will shape that future. And how do we then bring that in-house to advantage our clients, advantage our members, advantage our patients? The topic today, therefore, is very germane. AI is certainly hot in terms of the topic of discussion, but also in the potential uses it has. So really looking forward to our conversation today.
Great. Thank you, gentlemen. Why don't we jump in? And Santiago, I want to start with you. There's so much talk of AI right now. To help frame the discussion, can you talk about what we mean when we use the term AI at OptumRx and also give us an overview of the different types of AI?
Absolutely. Happy to do that, Scott. Artificial intelligence is really revolutionizing the way we work. It really is both enhancing experiences, boosting the performance of our teams, and driving efficiencies. And as I think about artificial intelligence and AI ML, there are three broad categories that we think of when we talk about that. The first of all is predictive AI, which is really driven by pretty sophisticated models to do things like helping us forecast trends and identifying key focus areas in areas like fraud, waste, and abuse, for example. Second, I would classify generative AI, which is really things like ChatGPT and other large language models. They excel at really handling large sets of unstructured data, making them invaluable in a lot of different domains, whether that's streamlining administrative tasks or powering personalized conversational chatbots and voice bots, or even serving as knowledge assistants for us. Just a lot of untapped potential there that we're just getting at. And then finally, I will add a new category that's more nascent, which is really called agentic AI. And so that's an area where we're really taking complex tasks and starting to break it up into sets of discrete problems, leveraging multiple bots and multiple agents, functioning almost like a personal assistant. So those are three major categories of AI that we're really focused on here at Optum.
Yeah, and I think to many people, AI does seem like a new technology, but this has been really a long time coming. Santiago, can you walk us through you and your team's journey with AI in the recent years?
Absolutely. Happy to do that. To your point, AI has an element that has been in motion for a number of years. We began our journey as far back as 2019 with the development of what we called machine learning predictive models. And those included things like adherence, leveraged by your team, Scott, really to identify opportunities for adherence or non-adherent conditions, working on conditions like diabetes, depression, hypertension, et cetera, as well as things like pharmacy fraud models. In addition to that, over the years, we've identified opportunities to really understand how we can improve quality during dispensing. So things like what we called AI pill validation that was put in place with visual processing, actually, at the dispensing fulfillment lines to look for quality and making sure that the pill vials are dispensing correctly at the point of fulfill. So that's actually rolled out to all our 6 dispensing sites and being used today more than 5 million times each month to ensure quality. And most recently, we've established what we call innovation councils, really focused on making sure that we're identifying those opportunities and use cases as such a diverse emerging environment. Really trying to drive the benefits of AI through all of our major opportunities, whether they be experience or efficiency opportunities, into all of our strategic areas.
Sid, while preparing for this discussion, it really struck me that the last time we spoke, you specifically mentioned how you can't become too enamored with the shiny new object when creating new solutions. How do you avoid that temptation to use AI with everything and make sure, our use of AI is truly impactful?
Yeah, great question, Scott. So we apply the same discipline to AI that we apply to every new opportunity that we evaluate. And it really starts with the use case. What is the problem we are trying to solve? What is the benefit that we are trying to derive? And once you can solve for that, you can then say, where can AI assist? How could AI do this better? How could AI turbocharge what it brings? And so we've actually applied that same rigor to bring AI into various disciplines and actually solutions that have actually helped us not only improve the solution, but think about potential that we might not have otherwise considered. Let me give you a couple of examples. So one, things that we do on a regular basis that we have done for a long time, preventing fraud, waste, and abuse in the system. We were able to apply AI, and this year we'll recover almost $100 million more as a result of the increased intelligence that AI was able to afford. Think about the areas of member experience. We've used AI to be able to predict when a patient or a member will have a problem and actually then proactively go out and improve that situation, be able to mitigate it, be completely transparent to the member that there was even a potential for something going wrong. We've used it in terms of being able to serve our members in our call centers, where we can guess at what the member is calling about, use ambient listening to actually understand and document, and then at the end of it, use generative AI, as Santiago mentioned, to create a summary that the individual can then review and submit. This drives satisfaction. This drives improved experiences. This drives ultimate client and member NPS scores for us, which are really important. We then go beyond that. These are things that have been improved by AI. But what else could we do? What next could we go? And what new solutions can we create? Those are the areas that we're bringing the same discipline and rigor to.
Many of the common concerns we hear about AI center on privacy and security. And Santiago, I think you're the perfect person to answer this question. Can you really speak to the practices we have around data privacy and security?
Absolutely. And you're absolutely right. This is an area that I'm keenly focused on. I would say, first of all, healthcare data we know is highly sensitive, and making sure that we provide the right safeguards in place to ensure that we are ultimately compliant with all elements of data security is thing one in the pursuit of what we're going to AI. I would say further to that, there are additional elements and guardrails around AI itself. And for us, it centers around governance of the models, making sure that we're going through the appropriate review cycles with what we actually have stood up within United Health Group, actually, which is an AI review board that really is ultimately looking at elements of fairness, accountability, oversight, transparency, and privacy and security. All of those things are considerations that the AI review board goes through to ensure that any model that we put in place is appropriately governed and appropriately approved to really, again, safeguard the data that it ultimately leverages. So from an element of data privacy and security, again, making sure that we're staying compliant with applicable laws, regulations, client contracts, all are key elements of where we're going as it relates to this. And then finally, I'll add the element of human oversight is important as well. We call it human in the middle, and making sure that the models are supported by the appropriate guardrails around ensuring that decisions are ultimately made by the appropriate experts in any area or opportunity. so that, the AI may support, but the AI is not making the decisions that we need to make and are ultimately accountable for.
Santiago, can you build on that a little bit? Can you talk a little bit about how we interface with external partners?
That's a great question, Scott. And I will say there is a great opportunity right now, as there are a lot of innovators in the marketplace coming up with really, really innovative solutions around AI. And for us, it really is ultimately what I would call a buy versus build question. And I would say we're in what I call a mixed model. So where we're appropriate, we're leveraging industry frameworks, but ultimately crafting internal solutions. These are areas where we believe there's differentiation opportunity for us. And we have a lot of really talented developers and data scientists that are really supporting this work, that are leveraging all the AI disciplines around this. But in addition to that, there are partner opportunities. We see numerous partner opportunities where we are leveraging partners. And in doing so, again, following the same guardrails we talked about earlier, going through AI Review Board, making sure that we're doing the appropriate things to safeguard inclusive of the contracts with those partners, to really build out the best experiences for our clients and for our members and patients. And this is an area where I would say we've done a lot of assessments and reviews, and we've evolved quite a bit in this space. And we're super happy to help clients with this as well.
Sid, as I've kind of sat here and listened to what both you and Santiago have had to say, I think one question our clients are bound to ask us is, how we can use AI to help them with the challenges that they see around pharmacy benefits. Can you think of any specific use cases where you think we can have an immediate impact?
Scott, one of the primary responsibilities we have as a PBM is to help our clients understand and then predict and ultimately manage drug spend. And we actually think AI has a significant impact on that. We are thinking through the ability to say, how could AI predict client by client trend more accurately? How could it be more precise? How could it be more unique and tailored to what the unique situation, the unique population of a client particularly is? And what solutions, therefore, could emerge from that? These insights can be actually quite powerful. We've seen them go through the journey of being able to get us to a place where we could actually develop new solutions for our clients. And so we're really excited about leveraging AI in this core capability and responsibility that we have as a PBM.
Santiago, in addition to the example Sid gave, are there other solutions in development that really excite you?
Yeah, absolutely, Scott. And actually, I'll pull back to my original comments around consumer. I really get excited about improving experience with AI. And so I'll give you two examples of that kind of in action. One, we actually are already live with very, very recently and just in learning mode now. About 33% of the time, we don't have clarity on member intent when they call us. And one of the things that we've really been looking at is an opportunity to really be able to better guide our members as they are ultimately navigating the system. And so they call us, at about 33% of the time, like I said, we don't have clarity on what they're looking for. So in the end, we're gonna land them in a place where they may still need to get kind of navigated to the right place. And it could involve a call transfer as an example. So again, leveraging AI, really solving this is important. And so we've been on a journey to do so, just launched it this past month, and already have been able to get at about 50% of those landing in the right zone and being able to, again, be guided appropriately to the right agent to really help them address their need. So that's super exciting, and we're just getting started. The model is actually learning as we speak, and we've already seen about a 10% improvement even from the start of the journey there. So again, an opportunity to help our members navigate to where they need to go. Another example that's coming, and this one is a coming soon story, is in the digital realm. Again, the same challenge, really understanding where do I go for, maybe it's to find a lower med option or to I need help with a refill. That ability to do that is coming with what we call an Optum Companion capability. And that's really going to, again, allow you to plain speak what your need is, and we'll bring to you the experience that will support that need in a digital form. So we're super excited about this, something that is coming later this year. But again, it's about helping you navigate that complexity in a way that is appropriate for you. So again, another example of AI is really helping to improve how we're navigating the consumer through their needs. And we're super jazzed to bring it to life here at Optum.
It's really, really fascinating. Sid, final thoughts. What does the future of artificial intelligence look like from your perspective?
So to say that we're excited about artificial intelligence would be an understatement. The potential it holds has been compared to the dawn of the Industrial Revolution, where machines were able to do more physically than humans were. And could AI represent that level of generational change in our industry and our society at large? Of course, we need to think about this very responsibly. We need to be aware of the risks. We need to make sure that we're doing this in a manner that we understand, especially in an area like healthcare, which we know is personal and very, very meaningful to people. But at the same time, we want to be excited about what the future brings and all the potential that AI can actually deliver for us. I don't think we fully comprehend it yet. This space is moving fast and we are moving with it. But as we go through, we will uncover things and learn things and think of things that is beyond our comprehension at this point. So in summary, we are incredibly stoked about what AI can do, what AI could do, and also at the same time, stoked about doing it in a manner that is responsible and careful. So I'm incredibly excited about this, as is all of OptumRx.
Great. Thank you, Sid, Santiago. Really appreciate your time today. Thanks for listening to the Pharmacy Insights Podcast. I'm your host, Scott Drager. Tune in again for more discussions as we examine the most important issues in pharmacy care services.